Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the two important contents in today's lecture, that is steady flow process and derivation of steady flow energy equation. So what is the definition of this steady flow process? And what is the significance in thermal engineering that we are going to discuss? So it is defined as a process in which the conditions within the control volume at a point do not vary with respect to time. That is called as a steady flow process. In steady flow process, mass enters the system, remains constant and leaves after doing some work. So the process in which the mass entering into the system is equal to the mass going out of the system. That means throughout the process the mass is remaining constant. Also, the various properties of that particular working substance at a point in a system, those properties or parameters, they are remaining constant. They are not varying with respect to time. That is called as a steady flow process. So the parameters at a point in a system are remaining constant. Mass is also remaining constant. So in a steady flow process, these are the considerations. Now, what is the significance of the steady flow process? Now, in case of the different practical cases, we see that the steady flow process is not possible practically, but for the thermodynamic analysis, we are assuming that that particular system is going through the steady flow process. So when we are assuming that it is a steady flow process, so we can predict the different parameters at the point. We can measure the different properties at the point for our thermodynamic analysis. Now, what are the assumptions for the steady flow energy equations? So we are going to derive the steady flow energy equation, which is for the open system in which that open system is going through the steady flow process. So what are the different assumptions when we are deriving the equation for the steady flow energy equation? So first assumption is the mass flow through the system remains constant. Second assumption, the state of the fluid at any point remains constant with respect to time. Now what is the state of the fluid? State of the fluid means whatever the properties of the fluids are there, say pressure, temperature, specific enthalpy, specific entropy, specific volume. These are the different properties of that particular fluid at a particular point. So that those properties are remaining constant with respect to time. Suppose we consider a point A in a system. At point A, whatever the properties are there, those properties are remaining constant. If you measure after 1 minute or 10 minutes or 1 hour, the properties will be remaining constant at a particular point. When the point changes, if you consider point B, then as compared to point A, the point B properties may be different. But whatever the properties are there at point B, those properties are going to remain constant with respect to time. Now, third assumption is there is no change in the chemical composition of the fluid, or there is no chemical reaction during the process. Fourth assumption, the potential energy, kinetic energy, internal and the flow energies are only considered in the analysis. Other energies like magnetic energy, nuclear energy, other energies are neglected. Next assumption, the only interactions between the system and surrounding are the heat energy and the work energy. Now, interactive energies between the system and the surrounding are only considered as heat energy and work energy. The state of the energy of the fluid at the entrance and at the exit of the controlled volume does not vary with respect to time. So whatever the energies are there, state of the energies are there. Say suppose potential energy at the entry is suppose 100 kilojoule. So it remains 100 kilojoule throughout the process at the entry. At the exit, there may be change in the potential energy. Potential energy may be less, suppose 50 kilojoule. So whatever is the value of the potential energy at the exit, that remains constant. Now steady flow energy equation. Now by considering the steady flow process, we are going to derive the equation that is called as the steady flow energy equation. Now in this analysis, we consider a open system, and it is the first law of thermodynamics which is applied to the open system. Now suppose we consider a control volume of a thermodynamic open system, say suppose a steam turbine through which the working fluid is passing at steady rate as shown in the figure. So this is the inlet of the steam turbine, this is the outlet of the steam turbine at section 2.2. At section 1.1 is the inlet of the steam. So inlet steam is entering into this particular system. So we are measuring the different parameters or different properties of this steam at the inlet section and at the outlet section. Now which properties we are measuring, or which parameters we are measuring? So we are measuring the U1, that is the internal energy, then pressure, then velocity of the steam, then Z1 is the distance of that cross section of the pipe from the ground, that is the datum line, that is Z1. Similarly, U2, internal energy at the exit, pressure P2, velocity C2, Z, that is Z2 is the distance of the exit pipe cross section from the datum line. Now let at inlet section area A1, that is equal to area of the cross section at the inlet. P1 is the pressure at the inlet. C1 is equal to the velocity at the inlet. Q is equal to the heat supplied at the inlet. Z1 is distance of the inlet section from the datum line, and U1 is equal to internal energy at the inlet. And let the corresponding parameters at the outlet section be A2, P2, C2, W, Z2 and U2. Now when we are applying the first law of thermodynamics, therefore the inlet energy must be equal to the outlet energy according to the first law. Now we are considering the total energies at the inlet. So mass into specific energies at the inlet plus mass into the specific flow work plus heat energy which is entering at the inlet, that is equal to mass into specific energy as the outlet plus mass into specific flow work at the outlet and plus the heat energy which is rejected. So mass into Ke, that is the kinetic energy plus potential energy plus internal energy. This is the specific values. We are multiplying it with the mass, so it becomes total energy plus mass into specific flow work plus Q, that is equal to M into Ke plus Pe plus Ie at the outlet plus M into specific flow work plus W. Therefore, M into bracket kinetic energy you can calculate at the inlet section, that is C1 square by 2 plus potential energy is G into Z1 plus small u1, that is the specific internal energy, plus M into P1 into Vs1 plus Q, that is equal to M into C2 square by 2 plus Z into Z2 plus U2 plus M into P2 Vs2 plus W. So that is equal to, now we can add these terms taking mass as common factor, so mass into C1 square by 2 plus G into Z1 plus U1 plus P1 Vs1 bracket close plus Q, that is equal to mass into C2 square by 2 plus G into Z2 plus U2 plus P2 Vs2 bracket close plus W. Now we know that internal energy, summation of internal energy and flow work is nothing but the enthalpy. Therefore U1 plus P1 Vs1, that is equal to H1. This is the specific enthalpy. So specific internal energy plus specific flow over, that is equal to specific enthalpy. Therefore, mass into C1 square by 2 plus G into Z1 plus enthalpy H1, specific enthalpy H1 plus Q, that is equal to M into C2 square by 2 plus G into Z2 plus H2 bracket plus W. Now if we consider mass is equal to 1 kg, then C1 square by 2 plus G into Z1 plus H1 plus Q, that is equal to C2 square by 2 plus G into Z2 plus H2 plus W. So this equation will get if mass is equal to 1 kg. Now we can take heat and work term to one side. So Q minus W. Okay. Then taking these terms to the right hand side, we get that is equal to C2 square minus C1 square by 2 plus G taking into common, so it becomes Z2 minus Z1 plus H2 minus H2. So this is the equation that is called a steady flow energy equation. That is what we have derived. Now we can apply this steady flow energy equation to different applications. According to the syllabus, we are going to apply this steady flow energy equation to the different thermodynamic devices. So that we'll see in the next lecture. So thank you.